Hi everyone, it's Evie again. I am here to do a quick tutorial on, I'll try to be quick, on doing a silk wrap or a nail repair. I've been doing my nails with gel polishes lately, and they've grown quite a bit, and I've had quite a few breaks, and someone filled me in on I can do gel wraps. I can actually lengthen my nails with a gel wrap, and I can actually also cover up any breaks that I have that, if I don't feel like cutting them off or cutting my nails short in order for it to work, that I can just do a silk wrap. Now these are my natural nails. These I have been growing out for some time, and they're pretty prepped and buffed and ready for my silk wrap. And I have done, I don't know if you can see here, I have done 4 of my 5 nails already with the silk wrap, and it looks very similar to acrylic or even a gel powdered manicure, but it is just a silk wrap. And there's these right here. I picked these up at Sally's, and they come with 40 tabs, about $5. You can buy a bigger box if you do it more frequently, and I think you have to, those aren't as pre-cut as these. I'll open this for you guys. Inside comes the, just the, instructions in every possible language possible. And we have the wraps, they're pre-cut. And I actually only used 3.5 of the tabs, which was pretty good because I already have long nails. So you can also use this on tips. So if you do have a short nail and you'd want to add a small tip so that you can extend the nail a little bit longer, you can use this with tips. It gives you the directions on the back of the box. I always recommend invest in a small pair of manicure scissors. These are a little curved. I don't know if you can see that there. And these help with cutting the paper and trimming around the nail. Okay, so I already have, let's just put this away. I already have some cut out already. I am a little OCD, so I like to have everything at hand. So I had measured every finger and cut them out. And I did a few just to try it out. This is my first time doing it, and I think it turned out pretty good for me being a beginner. I think anyone can do this as long as you have patience and you're in the comfort of your own home. Now, to apply this, I use a primer for my nails. I'm using the Sensational gel primer that came with a Sensational gel polish color kit. You can use any gel, any primer at all for your nails. It would work just fine. I also got the IBD brush on gel resin. It's like a glue. It's a little bit more gel consistency, hence the name. And you can pick it up for like $3. I got all my things at Sally's Beauty Supplies. I'm sure if you Google these products, you can find them in whatever stores in your area. So, and this comes, of course, with the brush because it's a brush on. So this comes with a brush. Okay. Now I got the lightless gel from ASP, and I'll show you obviously that you apply it and you brush it on. And I also got the gel cure activator spray. Now this is a big plus. I recommend that if you are going to buy this, yes, it will dry probably from what I've seen in other videos, but you will be here for a little bit because the consistency is very thick on this and very sticky. But with the gel cure spray, the activator, it will dry within less than a minute. Even though it says a minute, it dries less than a minute. Yeah, I really like this. So that's a definite plus. All this ran me about $20, and that's with the silk wraps. So everything's pretty inexpensive, so that's not bad, especially if you're getting probably at least 10 manicures out of it. Okay, so I'm gonna prep my nail, and as you can see, I've done three, you know, three of them actually. And this nail, I'm not sure where the crack is because I've been doing so well. I actually broke this nail, and I have been trying to save it as much as possible. So that's why I thought of investing into the nail wraps, and I'm happy. So, okay. So just make sure it fits the nail. And I am going to put primer on my nail. And I start off with the middle section, and I work the way back. And you cap the tips. Always cap the tips. You can see that there. You can add a second coat if you feel a little worried about it not having enough primer. It'll dry within a couple seconds. It'll still consist of a little stickiness, but because that's my luck. There we go. Very good. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to fit it towards the middle of the nail. And I always say work best on this side. So match up the silk cloth onto the side of the nail that is farthest away from you. There we go. Perfect. So any little bit that you have to cut off, you prefer to have to cut off while it's in front of you, of course. Excuse me. So you just push in. You can utilize the paper the backing of the silk wrap to rub that in. Okay, so this is what it'll look like. It's kind of weird. It's a little piece of paper on your finger. Okay, so I'm going to take my scissors, and I will be cutting the corners of my nail. It doesn't have that much. That area is not very resistant to breaking. You can see what I'm doing there. Sorry. Okay. Just push that on the nail. So you can see there, I cut the corners. Alright, and I'm going to take a regular pair of scissors because if you notice that your cuticle scissors are a little curved, so it might give you a little trouble in cutting the nail into a shape already that you kind of want. You want to go past the nail, or if it's just a fix, you'd want to go just to your nail. I want to go past my nail. So I'm going to cut right here. It's okay if it's not even, you will be buffing that out later. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, so now we'll begin the process. Just going to uncap everything. Alright, so I am going to add a coat of the brush on gel resin. You can move that way. And we will start past the nail. There we go. We will start past the nail. Well, actually, I'm sorry, past where the silk of the is on the nail, and then we'll just brush on it. I worked my way a little to the cuticle. That's because I'm confident in not touching the skin. And I will also apply it under the nail. So I'll show you. And cap the nail. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to just hold on to it slightly at the edges because I want it to start taking a form of like a nice C shape of a nail. Otherwise they'll look like little paddles or little scoops of some sort. Now that that's all set, I can apply my lightless gel. And this is a little thick and it'll come out a little difficult. There we go. I put it in the middle of the nail. Nice. I put a good amount. My nails are already thin, but thin coats is always best. I'm going to work the gel towards the back, past the silk, and then work it towards the tip of the nail. And if you're familiar with gel polishes, it's a little thicker consistency than the gel polishes. Okay, and again I'm going to do under the nail. You always make sure you cap your nails. Even though you're going to be filing, it's always best to cap the nail. Okay, so now that I applied the gel, I'm going to spray it with the gel cure. And it says 6 inches, about 6 inches away. You spray the top and the bottom, so here we go. Smooth this. Okay. I'll do probably one more spray. I feel comfortable with 2 sprays. It doesn't seem to affect it any different. And it'll take about a minute for it to dry. Now so far it looks very clear. And if you like to push in the ends, you can do so as well with this, so you can start shaping it. It dries pretty quickly, so you have to work kind of fast. As you can see there, I did the C shape while it's drying, so that's good. Now, something I failed to mention is I'm using the brush from the gel resin because it's pretty much the same thing, same chemicals, just a thicker consistency, and it hasn't given me any problems with using the brush. They're both resins, they're both kind of a glue, so they seem to work actually perfect hand in hand. Okay, so you don't have to dirty a brush or anything like that. I'm going to be applying my second coat. And I will be using the brush as well. Oops, little cuts today. Okay, so again, I'm working the gel back. Now I've been practicing on sculpting gels, so I guess it's kind of sticking. And then just apply. And it goes on like nail polish, just thicker, like I said before. I'm going to do under the nail. That's key. Okay. And just spray it again. Spray the activator again. Just give it a few seconds to a minute to dry. Now, I would normally put 4 coats of the gel. The lightless gel is thin but thick, but it doesn't mean that it won't crack. So your best bet would be to apply at least 3 to 4 coats. I think that's good. That's dry. So now that it's dry, you pretty much will be buffing and shaping your nail as you see fit. If you can see, that looks a little messy, of course. It's going to have a little roughness to it, a shine, but it's rough, especially around where the edges of the silk is. And it does need obvious shaping, so. Okay. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to shape the nail tip. So you pretty much just buff and shape the nail. And then it's, as soon as you're done shaping it, it'll be ready for whatever nail design you want. Just be careful to not buff the top too much because you will hit your natural nail. And do not touch your natural nail if you decide that you don't want to go past the silk and almost to the cuticle. Just don't, you're going to do more damage to your nail if you do scrape and buff the nail. You're going to do more damage to it than good. Okay, so buffing is done, or filing is done. Next, you'd want to buff the nail. And there you have it. Just putting a little alcohol. And then you have a nice silk nail. And probably scratch some eyes out. No, I'm just kidding. And there you have it. It's ready to put whatever nail color you like. You can just buff over it once it's done. And these can be soaked off with 100% acetone. The same technique that you would use for any acrylic gel nails or even gel polishes. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like this video and it's informative enough for you guys. Bye.